Hey, what's up guys? Tony here, and you're watching some more IMSA Sports Car Championship Series. This is my commentated video. This is with the Ferrari. I think I said last week that I was going to do the best race last. I'll do that and then post the first one, but I didn't really do that this week. I posted what I thought was the better race from a racing standpoint, and so I'm posting just the other one. Because last week I actually raced 3 times. Back-to-back raced the Ford GTE, and I won that race by a landslide. It was amazing. It was boring because I won by like a 20-second gap. It was a really low strength of field, and anyways, it was just not fun. So I didn't want to post that video, so I went ahead and I raced the second race with a Ford GT, and that's the race you guys already saw. It was a little bit more difficult. Strength of field was higher, the weather was way hotter, and the Ford GT was just kind of a sloppy mess. Whereas in this weather, because it was identical weather for the Ford GT and the Ferrari race, it was very favorable, it was very sticky, it was amazing for both cars. And so in that setting, I was a little bit faster by a couple of tenths in the Ford GT. But I still prefer the Ferrari overall. Like there are definitely corners in this track where it's very Ford GT centric for my driving style. You know, high-speed corners, you can just really get in there, and it's almost on rails. And the Ferrari is not necessarily that close. It's a little bit looser, but it's still enjoyable. But where the Ferrari definitely has an advantage, it's coming out of corners. You know, so I've now noticed that driving both cars, that there are times where you really need to just floor it in the Ford because it just doesn't have as much torque as the Ferrari. And you'll get through that corner and you'll come out with a decent amount of speed. You just have to trust the fact that when you floor it, you're going to make the corner and you're going to have good exit speed. In the Ferrari, it seems like you can get away with it a little bit more. It has a little bit more torque and it just gets out of the corner a little bit better than the Ford GT does. And so that was one aspect. The other aspect is that the Ferrari just has a lot more visibility. It's just like looking into certain corners is way cleaner. The Ford GT has a few very nasty blind spots in the sim world. And so that made some of these corners pretty difficult. So on top of the fact that I don't really know the track very well, this is only the second time I've actually raced here. So add on to that some blind spots in the windshield. It just didn't make for a good time. So overall, basically, this week goes very similar to a lot of other weeks that I prefer the Ferrari. I was a smidge faster than the Ford. But both of them I actually did enjoy, though. It wasn't like one I hated it. I mean, I didn't really enjoy the hot track. It just wasn't a fun racing environment. So when I'm comparing apples to apples and my race with in the cooler weather, like both of the cars were very enjoyable. It was like a hair more enjoyable in the Ferrari, just the way it is. So anyways, I've cut this video down. I don't know exactly how long it's going to be, probably like 10 minutes or so. So I'm only going to show you the first couple of laps, and then I'm going to show you the last lap because it's the battle for podium. The guy I had a battle with early in the race. By the end of the race, I was pulling and catching up on him, to him, and so I had a legitimate shot for third, and kind of like at Mossport, like I gave it my all. As always, guys, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I shall talk to you guys later.